don't know. To be honest, I don't know. It was just like I don't know if it was just me just working more towards me just um I noticed a lot that I guess my abilities, I using them at the right time. Whenever
Okay,
you use them at the right time, I
okay.
think that I noticed that a lot more. But at the same time, uh our team composition was kind of bad too. I had to switch up I had to switch up my tanks to match them sometimes because it was like the only way we were gonna win. And so I had to do that sometimes. And so
Right. Okay. Do you still maintain try to maintain your hero pool, so that's Reinhardt, Sigma, Doomfist, or
yes, I try to maintain it, but if I have to like switch, I will, but I try to maintain them three.
okay, okay. So, because your hero pool is actually it can be suitable in any situation, to be honest with you. So you don't have to maybe play other tanks, but we'll talk about that. Yeah, we can talk about
Okay.
how do you swap. Uh, Maybe we can start with just identifying what are the things we want to work on, right?
Right.
So, I think we wanted to go over your Reinhardt first, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, did you get any game which we can start with?
I did. I did get a game. I pinned it and everything. I got a game.
Okay. I'm just looking at. Oh, okay. So you pinned it in your profile. You can just send it to me then.
Yes. Okay. Hang on.
Yeah. I guess the biggest part when we're gonna be looking to improve is rather be thinking what kind of goals you need to work on, because
Mhm.
wins, losses, all this, it's just the part of the journey in terms of getting better. If you get better, then it it will translate to your rank. You will get better rank at the end. So that what matters. We always want to see. Sometimes there might be unwinnable games, but we also want to see how to improve at something. Yeah, what we learned. That is the first priority basically.
Right.
And yeah, once we identify a few goals you can work on. We'll see how it's that gonna go. If you have enough time, if you have enough motivation to work on those, it should be fine. You should be climbing for sure. So let's take a look.
I'm trying to I've actually never shared I've actually never shared like this before. I'm trying to do I have to import it or
You just, if you go on your history, you go on your
uh-huh.
replays, and then you click share, and then you just copy and paste it in the chat in Discord DMs.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It should be good.
I sent it in the general chat. I
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. I can just copy and delete the
okay.
message, just in case. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. 1 second. Should be screen sharing as well. Can you see my stream?
Okay, let me see. Yeah.
Okay, good. So here's the code. Okay. So you mentioned you struggle with ability usage, right? So what is that exactly? What are the things you struggle with?
Um I would say this happens on I would say Reinhardt, especially with Doomfist as well.
Hmm.
Like especially with the charge, the Reinhardt charge, me going in, making
Hmm.
sure I go in at the right time to charge them, the back line and everything.
Hmm.
And um and that goes for sure for like uh Doomfist making sure I charge in at the right time, going at them and stuff like that. Just making
Okay.
sure and
Okay.
making sure I poke them, poke the team as well.
Yeah, so what are you saying there? When you're engaging, it seems like your team cannot get enough value because your timing is not correct, or
Hmm.
okay,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
okay. How did you try to fix that? If yes, then how?
Uh I tried to fix it, Well, when I charge them in Reinhardt, and when I don't see that right timing to get someone, there's like the whole team, or like three of them like shooting at me, like say like McCree or Soldier like shooting at me, I would stop my charge and put my shield up. That's how I would try to fix my sort of mistake right there when it comes to a charge.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, so
And
you
so
cancel it based on the enemy's team's aggression. Yeah, if they use
yeah.
something, then okay. That's fair. Okay. But then how do you understand if your team can follow up on all this aggression?
Um well, I would usually say for example, we have like
Mm-hmm.
a Genji. I would I would try to follow up on him, try to follow up on his aggression, try to be more aggressive with him.
Mm-hmm.
But then on top of that, I I have to have like this passive aggressive type of play style because I want to be in a, kind of the line of sight of our healers as well. And
Yes,
so
yes, exactly.
that's what I want to try to achieve with Reinhardt as well.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. We want our members to be able to contribute. Ideally, if you have multiple people, as many people as possible, to be able to go aggressive actively, use their resources effectively, we should be getting value because your main point of tanking is just distract an enemy, make sure the attention is on you, not on your teammates. So if you do be aggressive at the right time, your team can get value, they can maybe get a kill, maybe they can force some resources, kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so we want to fix the issue with the timing then. Yeah, making sure we, I guess, your team can follow up. So how do you do that? What do you should be looking for to make sure your team follows up on your aggression?
Um okay, so one thing I do um is ults. I follow up with ults. So like for example, if we have like a Hanzo ult, follow up with that with the dragon. I usually do my Reinhardt charge with the dragon so I could try to get a pin because it will kind of throw them off a little bit.
Okay,
And
okay.
then um with other things as well. I think that's the only ult that I really synergize with the charge
Right.
because it really throws them off. It's
Okay.
so and then
Mm-hmm.
other things as well to recognize is me making sure that I know that the fight is lost.
Okay. How
And
do you understand that?
so if I see like let's say like one or two of my teammates go down, it the fight still can be won, but let's say if I get a pick and then another one of our teammates go down and if the fight's lost. So I'm gonna I don't know, maybe like charge back to the spawn and then regroup our
Mm-hmm.
team again. And
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All of this is fair. Let's say outside of ultimates, outside of when you lost the fight. So right there, right here, when we going in the fight, how do we understand that your team can follow up? How do we understand that they can get value when we engage in? Because this is ultimately what we want. Yeah, we want to make sure we in, and then your team gets value, right? So
mhm,
what you should be doing right here. So we can play it out as well if you want, and just
yeah,
see kind of is we about to engage the robot. It seems like, right? So what? And right now you basically going in aggressive, right?
right.
So can your team get value right now? What do you think? So by
But
looking at all of this, yeah, we can maybe kind of start here. Yeah.
uh-huh.
So what do you say?
But by the looks of it, right now, no, because no one's there right now. And
Yeah.
yeah, no
Okay.
one's there right
So
now.
maybe
Cause
if I early fire strikes are kind of fine because they just to poke an enemy, right? But then when we are
mhm,
doing this kind of aggression, yeah, we
yeah.
need to make sure that the team is there. So how do you understand how to know that your team can follow up? What we should be doing? before doing this
Make
action?
making sure our team is with us before we go into
How?
the fight.
What we should be doing specifically, like direct? Do
Hmm.
you look around? Do you
Yeah, look
communicate?
around.
Or look
Yeah, look
around?
around.
Okay, look
Uh-huh.
around is good. Now, if you look around at this position, there's a high chance your armor will get bursted, right? There's big
Right.
chance that this torp can shoot you. There's big chance these guys can shoot you, and if they shoot you and your team can't utilize it when you're tanking, your team cannot use that. There's a concern. So when do you want to scout then? What would be the point of time when we should be doing the scouting? Yeah, we should do that behind the cover ideally, so we'll not get
Mhm.
poked. So what do you think?
I think the first time
The
when we
first
should
turn,
be
yeah.
start. Yeah, when
Here,
we.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
when we. Yeah, when we first get to that first choke, that's when
Yeah.
we should be starting to scout where our team is before we get
Mm-hmm.
into that fight.
Exactly, exactly. And this is should be like a habit for you when we are looking to engage. First of all, you can just start with the understanding the visuals, looking at where your team is just ba based on where you look at, yeah, because you looked at it, oh, okay, maybe this seems fine, and then you engage, that makes sense, yeah, all this aggression, your team can get valued, this is good. If they're not, you can wait it out a little bit, maybe someone is a little bit late, yeah, on rotation, or they just didn't set up yet. You don't have to be active. You can just kind of sow some fire strikes. But when we
Right.
engaging, we can go for the pin. Sure, we can go for the uh, just normal swings too. If your team can follow up, that's the best.
Hmm.
So it seems like your team fairly they gonna get value actually, but my main concern is, do we know that? Yeah, maybe now. If you know that, sure, this is fine. But what about if we also look at the other rivals, like let's say, well, Sombris, maybe yeah, it would make sense to engage slightly later still, and our BAP is not ready. So, see what I mean? Like the timing can
Yeah.
always kind of uh, help you out more, and because you're engaging and trading resources, like let's say now you're trading your shield, you, yeah, even this shield here, we lost around 400, almost 400. Yeah, this can be
Hmm.
meaningful in the fight. Yeah, because you lost it. Let's say you lose 400 shield when your team can do pressure. All your teammates can do pressure. Instead of losing it before the fight, there's a big difference. Really, really big. Because 400 shield, it actually equals to two potential kills. Yeah, 200 HP targets. Yeah, you can potentially maybe trade this damage if the enemy shoot the shield. Yeah, they might not kill two of your squishies potentially. Yeah, so this
Right.
is extremely important. Okay. Okay, so this is the first thing about we want to scout, and then we looking for the pin there. Okay, so what is the yeah? Let's just start with what is the intention with the pins in general? What are you looking to do with those?
Uh, so with the pen, I'm looking to get the little people. I'm looking to get
Uh huh.
the healers, and I'm looking to get the DPS.
Yeah.
And so I'm basically trying to ignore this right here. I'm trying to ignore this Ramatra right here,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not. But in most of my games, though, I've noticed in the past, I've gone full full ham on the tanks though mostly. I've
Mm-hmm.
noticed
Mm-hmm.
mostly in the past I've done that, and I still do it a
Mm-hmm.
little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I've noticed that, and it's a huge distraction, and it gets my team killed. And
Okay.
so I don't know if I do it. I don't remember if I did it here, but I stopped my pin here for a reason. I think it was because of that turret
Right.
and
Yeah.
that pole because
Yeah.
I think I knew I was gonna hit that pole because Torbjorn he moved over to the left a little bit. So I stopped my pin, I just fire striked.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Right now here, I'm trying to get value with my fire strike so I can get my earth shatter here too. As well.
Yeah, this is the 5 6 okay, I think.
Yeah.
Our our concern is just kind of looking to control the space which your team can control. So we kind of broke it down. Yeah, if we scout, it helps your team to control. That is the first thing. But the second one is how we use our pin as well. Let's say we ended up with the pin. Let's say you got the torp. Yeah. So where
Hmm.
you gonna end up? If you got the torp, maybe you can end up in this wall. Maybe you can end up there. Maybe you can kind of end up a little bit further away, sort of, right? So
Yeah.
can your team follow up on that?
To be honest, I don't think so
A
because
little bit
even if
difficult.
I even if I pinned someone and killed someone, I probably would have died, and we probably would have had to reset.
Okay,
Um,
because I like the intention with the pins. The only problem is how we position ourselves. Because
yeah.
we position in this way where this is what we call pins towards an enemy. This is first of all much easier for the enemy team to react and kite it because they kite to go back. If they go back, they get out of your team's line of sight. Okay, but your
Hmm.
idea is to keep an enemy in your team's line of sight as long as possible and make sure their life is really dangerous. The enemy's life is just, it's gonna be really scary for them to exist because you pressure them in the right way. So this pressure, it does something, but it's not that scary. If they end up at this wall, it's not that scary. Or they end up at this
Right.
arch, it's not that scary. Okay, so with our pin, we want to make sure we make want to make the enemy end up in the places where it's scary then. So how we can position ourselves so it can look for those kind of pins, so it's easier for this angle A, angle B to follow up potentially. What we can do?
Right.
What do you
Okay.
think?
Um.
Because this is kind of, we've gone away from the angles, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we can be doing,
Mm,
and still try to go for the pin. Yeah, you still can try to go
yeah.
for this group of people and pin, but your position just not gonna allow you to do so. That's the main problem. So what do you want to position? You go for the proper pin, make sure the angles can follow up. What do you think?
If I was to reset this whole thing, I would go back to position B
Okay.
and push on the left side
Yeah.
of this building and
Sure.
try to get a flank pin.
Yeah. Okay. So
Possibly get
this
this
is
Moira
this is
over
good.
here.
This is good. Okay. This is quite good. And see, this is what we describe by looking for perpendicular pins more, or pins towards your team, pins towards your teams. Well, it's a bit harder to do, but still possible. So technically, let's say angle B is there, angle A is there. What we can do, not necessarily just only do this perpendicular pin, but maybe we can also do this pin from position 2 to position B if somebody pushes you, right?
Hmm.
This is the pin towards your team, so this is 180, and this is a 90 degrees pin, perpendicular pins. Uh, should be perpendicular towards where your team is shooting, if that makes sense. Yeah, so your team is shooting kind of this way, sort of. Yeah, if it's perpendicular towards their line of sight, usually it's good, and that's why we want to position this way too, so it's easier for you to implement, and because you drag the enemies in the location where it's again easy for your team to shoot, you force resources. If you didn't get a pin, well, it's okay, you still can survive and cancel it, right?
Right.
Okay, so I will try to find you some visual examples. I think I have some games saved as well. So I just gonna find you a scouting first, and we also want to find perpendicular pins. Okay,
Okay.
I have something saved. Let's see.
I have a question.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Uh, would this be a good pen also me like pinning the tank back into our back line so
Possibly,
everyone can
yeah.
like
You can do that. You can do that. However, it's not necessarily one of the best targets because it's really hard to kill. That's
yeah.
why Pin is also kind of has big kill potential. That's why if you look to Pin the squishy, it's usually better because you get a kill on the squishy, or you force a lot of resources. Like let's say you pin the Torp, you force his E, and probably you force something defensive out of their team, like maybe Mortis Warp, maybe there's gonna be Mercy's healing instead of damage boost. So this is quite nice always. I
Okay.
Yeah, there are gonna be situations when you still can look for the pin on the tank, but not the priority. From my experience, pins on the tank make more sense if it's an environmental kill because you can kill them no matter what. This way, they just drop off the map. So
Okay.
yeah, okay. Okay. Let me find you an example. So I think yeah, let's just use this recording. I'm just gonna drag this video. 1 second. Okay. So this is one of the recordings. I think it should be a Rialto one. Yeah, okay. You see that just fine? Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, okay. So here, first of all, let's start with the scouting, yeah? You will notice a lot of times here, uh, it's actually me, I'm playing Reinhardt. I'm not playing perfectly here still, but you will notice how I'm gonna look around a lot in order to scout, because I know where my team is now. I can position myself better. There's something with the scouting. The first step, as I mentioned, it's gonna be understanding the visuals. There's gonna be even more complicated step. Like later, you can also scout based on the sounds, based on visuals in terms of animations, even because you see where your team is shooting. You can also scout based on that. But start with just simply looking around. It's always consistent. Okay, so you can notice, for example, here, yeah, I turned around twice already to scout. You can take your time. By the way, when you're gonna implement this in your games, it might feel slow because
Mm-hmm.
you need to collect all the information where your team is. It might feel slow, but it's good habit. It's always good to start with slow and good, and then after that you can be fast and good. Okay,
Okay.
it's just you gotta invest some time in terms of working on that. Okay, so you see here, I'm looking around consistently. My team cannot follow up yet, but that's why I'm not engaging yet. But now, when my team can actually do something, I think I decided to clear the high gun because I saw the Winston was there, so I just cleared that. And actually, you can see this is for me an opportunity. If I can get this opportunity to look for more perpendicular pin towards my team, so this is possible to do like something like this. I got booped, but still it doesn't matter.
Okay.
You can, if you get a pin, good. If you don't, you survive, you cancel it, like I did here. Now, I know that some of my team members are dead, so I have to wait, but I constantly scout. Yeah, I know one member is dead, so I have to play a little bit slower. I'm just looking to poke, 5 strikes, those are fine tool to like give you some ult charge. You can just farm those, and then once we know the team is there, we can look to actively engage and see we have the full shield. That means we can tank more damage, we can stay alive longer in the fight. Okay, and
Right.
there are no maybe opportunities to look for perpendicular pins here, but I think as soon as there's gonna be something, yeah, like sometimes you can get those kind of pins where is a little bit of a short oriented and kind of maybe a little bit towards an enemy team, but it's still really worth it. So here, if we break it down as well, you notice my team, the position of the card. So they're gonna be looking most likely in this direction because the enemy team is moving there, and that's why I can look for a pin like this. Kind of, it's still relatively almost perpendicular one, and this guy's that means he's isolated. Yeah, he cannot kite
Yeah.
easily. And a lot of times, when you're looking for perpendicular or pins towards your team, that is the main point. You want to make it hard for the enemy team to kite. If they are looking to kite, they're gonna be most likely ending up in your pin. And this kind of the same thing there. I know the soldier can kite, so we can just get a pin on him. And consistently scouting, looking around though. Okay, maybe let's skip this part because here we're just gonna fight. There are no perpendicular pins so far, I think. After that, we just got the high ground, and Yeah, I'm thinking. Okay, let's just look at this point maybe because the enemy team they didn't regroup properly. I think so. Oh, by the way, one of these examples, yeah. See, maybe if the enemy Reinhardt is engaging or something like actively really aggressive. Yeah, we're still paying attention to the backline.
Hmm.
Sometimes you can you also use the pin as a mobility tool. It's not necessarily you have to go for kill potential, but just mobility is fine. But if you're looking for a kill, perpendicular is usually what we're looking for. Let me see. Okay, maybe I get you some other examples. I'm just not sure if I have something. Oh, this can be a good example too. So this is interesting. So for example, here, this is the Dorado game, okay, and
Okay.
there are almost no opportunities for you to look for perpendicular pins easily unless you take this rotation here. You go up in the high ground, you see maybe a lot of high rank players, they ranked Reins, they do that because first of all, a clear good position on the map. Second, you also have high potential to like go for perpendicular pins if something's going to be on low ground. So let's say I got this high ground here now, I have a big potential to just do this kind of pin. Yeah, I can always drop, I can always deal with somebody. So that is really good. You don't have to stay with your team. You can always kind of be more flankish, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because the main point is really just drag the enemy team's attention because they shoot you, they don't shoot your team, and you survive. Okay, so.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
oh, I always wanna. I always thought like on Dorado, do I always have to like stay down below like that?
No, no,
'Cause
no.
they use
you
they
go,
usually
you go
they
top right
used to
away.
be yeah, because they used to be up on the high ground just shooting at you. It's,
Exactly, exactly.
it's
Exactly. So see,
okay.
this is exactly what we want to do. I think we still lose this fight, but this is the point. Yeah, why I take this high ground? Well, there are multiple reasons why. It's also a dangerous position, but you have a lot of potential to look for a pin. Maybe drop here. This is the pin towards your team, or go here, pin towards your team. Yeah, uh,
Hmm.
easily you can do that. There are a lot of things like that on this map. Okay, so let's just continue, get us a little bit more examples, and I think after that we can do the live game even. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. As so far it seems like just slightly better timing. Yeah, we want to do scouting, and with the pins it should be more perpendicular. And you see, we're kind of also stuck because of this position where we are. We're stuck at
Yeah.
fighting with Ramatra, but we should be fighting their backline. Ah, it's really tough to fight the
Yeah, it
Ramatra
was.
in 1v1, but yeah. Well, we're doing good in terms of sustaining, though. You keep your armor, manage it in a good way, so that's good. We just want to
Okay.
pressure the the backline more. Okay, this can also work. This is an example
Yes.
of pin towards your team, so you can easily punish somebody like that, Genji. Nice. This can work. Yeah. So see, this is the pin towards the enemy, but you have high kill potential because of the shadows, so go for it. To kind of describe this rule, just see, try to lean towards more perpendicular and short range pins, but sometimes
Okay.
of course there are gonna be exceptions like this. Yeah, it's a just short range pin, that's why it can also work. If it would be really long range, you would have maybe not as much success, to be honest, because you end up here and then they can maybe easily punish you. But this is fine. Yeah, really really short range. You just end up there and then you can go back if it's needed. Enemies, well, they're at disadvantage now too. This is fine.
I hate that. I don't know why. I tried to pin him off the edge, but it's just that little wall. It's
It's
just a
still
little bitty
it's still
I
good because if you kill him later, you're gonna stagger him more. If you stagger him more, that means he's gonna be in the fight later. If he's in the fight later, then your team
yeah.
can push longer. Okay. Right. Okay. Now, think where the fight is, and give
It's
me in a position which you want to take, so we set up this more perpendicular pins and pins towards your team. Because this position, kind of, I don't think it's that good. It's not
it's
that.
not. They were. I think in this next fight they were about to flank us, so they were about to come from that right room, and so we had. I think we had some of them. They were about to. Some of the team was coming from the right, and then some of them was coming from the main
Okay.
way, and so they were trying to box us in,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and so that's how I. If it was me, I would go. I would try to go up to this right room quickly and go up to where those windows are
Okay.
and just sit there until like one of them comes by, like one of the squishies, and then try to get a quick pin in,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm back out of it. That's
Okay.
why.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is good. I think. I think this is good. So the fight is kind of be you expect it to be in this direction. This is the
Hmm.
vision of your team. This is where your main core is gonna be, and your idea is to just be setting up a little bit more of a 90 degrees kind of. So you go for this more, kind of those kind of pins, or maybe you can even do this. You can go all the way around and look for a pin from this side of the map, which is
Okay.
also can work, but I think usually it's kind of you do this and then maybe you can drop later. But yeah, this is quite good. Of one more reason why we need to take this position here, and I will explain it. There's just one extra layer to this, so it's gonna be easier to figure everything out. If you look at this section of the map, okay, uh,
Hmm.
what kind of position is more important for you to control initially? What do you think? Just
Um, the left side of the map,
why left side?
maybe.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
sure. Wait, maybe, yeah.
because
Why so?
we have the bridge,
Okay.
and I mean both sides have the bridge.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I just think the left side would be better because I have more ways to go in the pin.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. And this is what you can describe with the word, with just definition of power position, because this position here, it gives you access to this part of the map, to this part of the map, and you can also do this, you can also do this. You just have more options. This is the power position, the
Right.
position which gives you more options and gives you access to important positions in general, which generate pressure, a lot of pressure. Yeah, this high gun here can generate a lot of pressure because of the line of sight, right? So
Hmm.
look at the second section. What is the power position on when you're moving like this way? Yeah, the car, the robot is moving this way. So what would be the power position at this point?
Um, I'm thinking, dang.
Again, think about
I'm thinking.
the chances, the position which gives you more options. Yeah, let's think about that.
Okay.
Yeah, so what kind of position gives you more options to control all of this? Even
Oh, the
yeah.
point, the robot point, the circle.
The robot, well, the robot is
I
moving
think
though.
so.
No, no,
Oh,
no, no. I understand. No, no, I understand the thinking because the robot is
okay.
moving. Yeah, the robot is
Yeah.
moving. You can control the area around the robot. However, see this entire time the robot is moving like this. Yeah, so we want to control all of this. Yeah, we not just
Okay.
want to control the robot in one current moment. We want to control all of this action when the robot is moving. Okay,
Okay. Wait. Okay. Maybe the building.
the
The
building.
building.
Yeah, so this one in front.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. The building.
exactly. Yeah, 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 exactly. So this is the power position because you can do this, you can go here, you can also do this. It controls all this area here. And important coincidence, you can set up 90 degrees spin as well. So this is quite nice. And usually, for that reason, you want to fight for power positions first. Because you fight for power positions, you're not only able to do more pressure, but you can also set up your team. Let's say one of your team members, they go here and they set up this angle. This is quite nice. Maybe they do this. This is quite nice. Yeah. So you always
Mhm.
not only doing it for yourself, you're doing it for your team. Your team, they usually gonna follow you. If they don't, that's all right. Like, for example, on Dorado, yeah, I just gave you an example of how I took the high ground. Yeah, why I'm doing that is because I'm taking this power position. Yeah, so like right here, this is the power position on the map, which gives me more control over this entire area where the payload's moving. Yeah, I can always
Right.
drop from here, but at the same time I can control this part. That's why I take this. Okay. And for that exact reason, here, if I move back a little bit, like let's say Rialto, so after this first section, you will see how I'm gonna be pushing up a little bit. Okay, so I think we're gonna just capture the point, and then you will notice I will try to go towards another position. Yeah, it's a little bit laggy, but yeah, okay. So right, after we capture this first point, what do you think the position we should be taking?
Um, the building,
The which one?
the one that you're walking towards.
Yeah. Which side? Is it bottom or top?
I'm trying to think which side
Yeah.
has the more field of view. I would say the top,
Options. Options.
the
Yeah.
top.
The top.
Yeah,
The
the
top.
top.
There's always option for you to draw
Yeah,
from top, but there's never option to go from low ground to top. So,
yeah.
I mean, you can, but it just takes a lot of time. That's why usually taking top is kind of instantly one of the small triggers for you to think, oh, this is the power position. So I want to take it first, yeah, because we take it first. Now we're not only clearing the enemy, but we also can set up the enemy. Yeah, that's why I go here first. I'm not going low ground. I'm always want to make sure this is cleared. And now, if that's cleared, we can set up something next. Yeah, maybe we can set up
Right.
the perpendicular pin. Maybe we can just continue the pressure. By the way, this, yeah, I noticed the soldier went
Oh
in.
shoot, they all they whipped
Yeah,
up there.
yeah. So it's always it's common thing. Like people on the higher rank, they're always fighting for power positions. So yeah, we want to always do that. Just try to maintain the control with those. So you can see here, I didn't need to pressure this. Unfortunately, there's not much resources I have, so I had to wait. But then I noticed they kind of they had big disadvantage, so can just
Yeah,
kill them.
they were staggered pretty hard.
Yeah, but this is the power of the you setting up as well before the fight too. That's why, let's say you won the fight, but you do this. Who knows what kind of opportunities you can see? Maybe you look for doubles fire strike on AFK person and you kill them. Maybe you just see them walking through this doorway while sneaking around this corner, and then you pin them against this wall. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's all this pressure which you can generate. Power positions allows you to generate pressure because you give yourself more options.
Okay, I have an example. So let's say like we have like right now a Baptiste.
Yeah,
Could I communicate with him and about the window and
sure, yeah,
tell one of the power positions with the window and fire strike?
exactly. You can do that. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
You can do
That
that totally. See, now
okay.
the enemy, they can potentially take that power position from you. They're not doing it in a perfect way, but still, you can kind of
Yeah, I
move through
was
these windows.
yeah.
I'd say there, yeah, like, your team's still moving the robot. Yeah, I would even just, kill this Mercy, drop there, pin the Sumatra. Yeah, always search for opportunities to be kind of more active with the pressure.
Okay.
I mean, it seems like we're managing armor well though, and the shield management is alright. Also, if you just combine it with the pressure at the proper time, it should be nice. This is good.
Yeah.
Now you have the chance to win the fight. Okay. Let's see what we're gonna do after. Yeah, they're just using Nemesis. The small thing, I would probably shatter them more because she used Fade, but it's alright.
Okay.
You still win this. It's just a little bit easy, I think, because you shatter them more early and then you turn this around. But it's another theme. It's understanding the tempo of the fight. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Yeah, this is fine. You notice the more out of position, good pin. And now... Okay, now, where do you think we can set up at this point?
I think we could go on the left side and set up
Maybe you can
in
do
that,
that, yeah.
or and get up on the high ground, try to get
Mm-hmm.
a perpendicular
Mm-hmm.
pin.
Yeah, yeah. I think taking this building can just work for that. You can always... so first of all, it's a power position. Second, you can set up that perpendicular pin too. Just make sure right before you about to do that, when you're in a power position, you are looking around and checking if your team can follow up. Yeah, just check at least. Don't, don't overcomplicate this. Just check if your team has line of sight. If most of your
Okay.
people they have line of sight on what you're doing, it should be alright. Because if they have line of sight, they can use resources. Later, it will be more advanced, of course. We want to pay attention to other stuff, but for now, just line of sight is good enough. I think is the first step. Hmm. In for swings. So you recognize when to go back. You notice, for example, you lost your armor. So and this is an example of perpendicular pin right there.
Yeah, I would have
See,
done.
see, this
Yeah.
you baited them in kind of because the enemy team is going this way, your team's shooting this way, and you set up this pin. You
Uh,
easily there's a big chance you get a kill on somebody. If you don't, let's say you just boop them in your team sideline, just boop. It still does pressure because it's easier for your team to aim at them. So it's quite good. That's really nice. Nice. Okay.
yeah.
I just won it too. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is the pin towards your team. This is also good. That's alright. Okay. I think we, at this point, we can do the live game. Maybe try to think about the power
Okay.
positions. Try to think about perpendicular pins more. Let's start with that.
Okay.
Actually, let's start with scouting, I think. And that's gonna be our first step. And then,
Okay.
yeah, so this is gonna be the most important. And then the second priority is gonna be power positions. Let's do that.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, yeah, you can just get in the game, screen share, and
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, yeah, 1 second.
yeah, take your time.
Okay. All right. Can you see it?
1 second, I'll check. Yeah, yeah, it's working.
All right.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. It should be fine. Just focus on those concepts entirely. You don't have to be perfect at everything. Just this scouting. Yeah, make sure you look
Okay.
around consistently. Let's start with that. Yeah, before your active engagement, make sure your team can follow up.
Right.
Yeah, let's be like a top 500, trying hard, consistently know where your team is. Should be nice.
Yo. Yo.
Yo.
Yo, mama.
Got have a fat ass. Wait.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta go.
My bad.
The King's is quite good.
Yeah.
If you would be looking for a perpendicular pin on the first point, what your rotation can be?
The right side,
Mm,
definitely.
right side can be. Also, the left side hotel is a good one too.
Okay.
The right side, the left side hotel is just a little bit easier to get to. So,
Yeah.
okay, try to do this, and when you're doing this, make sure your team can follow up. So look around. If they can follow up, good. You go for it. If they don't, then you wait. And once they can, then you go for the pressure, go for the pin, swings.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. We can do this sometimes even before the actual engagement. Yeah.
Oh, they got it.
Okay. Try to okay. Yeah. Try to go for rotation. Like try to go for the pin, and after that,
Wait.
this is a little bit towards the enemies. Try to take the left side. I think.
Okay. Yeah. So.
I can kill her. Nice. Good job. This is a good pin. Good job. Can just move up and finish the enemy now. Scout if your team can follow before you pressure. Okay, if they can, then you can kind of push forward. See how many people can push because the enemies they are not full team, so it should be
Right.
fine if you push a little bit even without full team on your side. Okay. Try to set up the perpendicular pin as well. See where you can go. Maybe you can go the left or right side. I think pushing a little bit deeper is always nice. Or pin towards your team. I usually use this building in the front where your tracer is, by the way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I hear this McCree up here.
You
Trying to get
you
him.
can deal with him, yeah. And this is power position too, sort of, on this map. This is a good attempt. Just don't overcommit, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Up.
Yeah, now you can set up again, see what you can do. Try to contest the power position as well, I think, and look for the
Oh, they
pin.
know.
It's okay, you can look for the pin towards your team still. That's fine.
Yeah. I don't think I needed the shatter because that.
Yeah, you don't need
Rotate.
it. You can just get the cast and... Well, he's
Yeah,
kind of far.
this Cassidy is looking for great power positions himself.
Well, you just... Well, you died. Okay, set up for the next fight. See,
Okay.
power position, what kind of position you can take. Look for pin towards an enemy. Oh, sorry, towards your team or perpendicular one. Yeah. Good. See the stop there, for example. It can serve just fine in terms of you looking for the better pin.
Right.
Okay. This is good. Can kill him. Nice. Okay. See this space in front? No. Don't go back to points. Set up for the next fight. Set up on the power.
Okay.
That is the first priority. Objective is the last priority for you. You wanna set up on the better position first. That is the priority. Win the fight and then move the card. That always should be the order. Huh?
Oh my.
That's alright. That's alright. They use an ultimate, so you can just reset. Example, this map here, you can take the section on the left side, so you set up for a little bit better pins too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Create some.
Yeah, he's taking a good position there. You can maybe take it from him first, but make sure your team can kind of follow. Okay. Yeah. Good.
They're all up here.
Yeah, you can clear that. They are on the power position, so you can just make sure they drop. That's the first priority for you to deal with.
Back up.
That's fine. See, you can also go up there by just looking on the go up the stairs on the right. Oh, your tracer did push the cart a little. Oh, that's good.
Gonna have to kind of work for this power position over here.
This is fine. Nice. Yeah, see if you can push towards this section on the left. It's extremely powerful. And you can also get the Cassidy too. Yeah, just try to get him. Okay, now he's out, and then you can look for the pins from here. Yeah, this is good.
Oh, Bastion. I didn't see that.
Oh,
I
the
didn't see that
mother.
Bastion.
That's alright, that's
Yeah.
alright. You can do the same, and just look to farm your shadow for the last point. It's usually difficult to capture the objective, so it's extremely important how you're using your ultimate.
Okay.
Make sure yeah, just farm the shadow first, and then make sure your team can follow. Clear this power position first. Just go up first. This is the first priority. Yeah, power positions like high grounds. Yeah. Well, this guy's kind of stuck. See, the Cassidy may be on top still, right? I think. Or okay, never mind.
Nah, he's not.
Oh, nice. Good job. And you can kill the Cass. This is good. Perpendicular pin.
Why did I stop?
This is a good attempt.
Oh.
This is a good attempt. Still, you still kept the Bastion in line of sight of your team, so you force Suzu. Right. Job, just sustain. And you can look for Shatter. Yeah, good job. Sustain. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is looking good, yeah. It should be winnable
Alright.
too. Okay, and where you want to set up on the first point?
Hmm. It's either gonna be on the right or left side, but I usually set up on the right side usually, but
there are options for you to usually try to set up around the statue, I think, because it gives you more options. Yeah, I think because you
okay.
want to set up the position which gives you more options at the start. The statue gives you option to push the gates, go back, push left, or push right. So don't limit yourself. Just start with the power, no matter what. Like
Okay.
you can look for early 5 stacks on the spawn door, of course, but the statue is the main position you want to play around. It kind of the back of the statue, you know. You can hug it. If the enemy goes left, you mirror, go left. If they go right, you mirror them, go right.
Right.
What is up top?
Sure.
Fair.
It's a McCree. Shielding for the Bastion.
The fire just died.
So when it comes to defense, do I play any power positions here as well, or I just defend?
Yeah. The statue is the power position for you, as I mentioned. It gives you more options. I mean, here you also can play. There's another thing about the Rein card. You can play chokes. So this in front choke can work, but make sure your team can follow up. Like this statue here, based on where your team is the best to hold, because if you let the enemy in your line of sight, yeah, see if they're gonna push, and then you tank. That is the best.
Right.
But if you tank too early and you waste your cooldowns too early when your team don't have line of sight, then it's not that big value. Okay. Yeah, just try to play around this statue and you're good. Unless you have a big advantage. If you do, then you can push up. If you don't,
Okay.
like now, you can go back to statue. You shouldn't be here. Let the enemy in your line of sight, in your team's line of sight. Your team's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chuck's off.
Oh.
Just kite, and then go forward again. This is fine.
Should have just backed up.
Yeah, you can just go back and then try to play around this wall here. I think. I don't think you can like touch comfortably because.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, I'm backing up. It's too much.
It's just really hard for you to stay on the point there. Because you have really low resources, your team is dead. Like at this point, you can just reset. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's alright. Okay, now you can take another fight.
Alright.
You
I think I know where I'm gonna.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna go in that little
Mhm.
that building over there on the right side.
Let's
Gift shop.
let's focus on scouting before you engage in though. Try to look around and check where your team is when you engage.
Okay.
Yeah. It's always like invest like half a second. Yeah. Try, see. Okay, your team can follow up. If they can, you go in. If they don't, then you don't go in. Mm-hmm.
Sigma's isolated on this side.
Nice, good job. This is good. Okay. And just be consistent at it now. When you look into engage, actively trade resources, yeah, that means you look into swing or you look into block something. It should be always done. Well, most of the time it should be done when your team have line of sight. Like most of your team do.
Right.
Chuck's off.
Yeah. That's why you most likely can play around this corner because this is where your team is. But you want to contest power positions too at the same time. So this top there, for example, this is something you want to deal with. This is good. This is good. This is good. You can recontest it. You wanna contest it always. That's fine.
Oh.
That's alright, don't worry. It just really some micro things could save you there, but you know, don't worry. The intention to contest is nice. But the enemies, they're not moving the card too, so
Right.
yeah, they didn't move the card at all, but then now wait, now they move. Okay, now they're moving, yeah. Mm-hmm. And try to do it at the corner. Scout at the corner, so we're not out in the open, but we lean to the corner and then scout and then go. Yeah, so we don't waste our shield.
Dang, every time.
Yeah. Just stabilize.
I got boxed right there.
Yeah, you still win it. You still win this fight. Yeah, it doesn't matter. The Sigma is using ultimate, does nothing.
Okay, now they got a Sombra.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think our team will be fine. I'm gonna go right side.
Can try.
I'm gonna try to look for his pen.
Yeah. You can look for a shadow too, because you have... Just play around the rock though. Make sure you block it, so you will not get CC'd.
Dang.
That's good. That's good. That's okay. They know, but you can always kind of maybe pin. Yeah. And then you can look for shatter after. It still does pressure. Oh, they use Suzu. Well, that's just ability. Yeah.
Is that Suzu supposed to do that?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
It does. Yeah.
well, I can't believe that.
That's why it's another thing to play around the resources, you know. But it's okay.
Yeah.
The big defensive, you usually want to kind of bait it out first and then engage after. I
Yeah, I
mean,
don't think
look for
we're
shatter
not
after.
gonna get so much.
Yeah, you can just play it slow, give up the second, but then set up on the third point. Make sure you just scout. When your team, they kind of can follow up, then you can engage. This is good. This is good opportunity for you to look for the spins. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, if he does this, he can swing. He can do the same. Try to look for perpendicular pins. But scout before that, ideally. Okay, this is fine. So, yeah.
Oh,
This is good. This is good, yeah. Okay.
get one of their healers at least. No, okay. Okay, look like we're gonna have a Bob. Yeah, we're gonna have our DPS ults. We should be fine here.
Yeah, it should be alright.
Let's see where our team's at. Oh, we got high ground. Yeah, we should be fine. I'll play this corner. I got a Pharaoh.
Mm-hmm. This is good. Okay. This is fine. Nice. You can win it for sure now. Okay, good.
Oh,
Good shit.
GG's,
Okay,
guys.
can you send me this game?
Yeah, I can.
Can go over a few things with you. But yeah, I like the how we looking for those perpendicular pins. Yeah, you're looking for those rotations. It's definitely the part of it when you're gonna be doing it in your future games is experimenting with that, seeing what works, what's not.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is no universal rule with what you do, all which is really situational. But to kind of figure the stuff out, it's totally fine to experiment. You don't have to just copy someone or just have an exact like one answer. Just try to experiment, see what works, what's not, and it should be really beneficial.
Right.
Okay. Just can you send me this game in the Discord? Yeah?
Yes. Yes, I'm about to send it to you right now. Oh, geez, but my mouse cooperates. Hey. Okay.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm about to send it.
Yeah. Take it.
I do
Take your
not
time.
see. My mouse is invisible. It's like
Oh, what
I don't know
happened?
what it's doing. My mouse is gone. It's invisible. I don't know what it's doing.
Maybe you can just maybe it's because of the game open, or
Yeah,
I mean you can
probably.
use the windowed mod maybe, and then it should be I don't know. Maybe try to restart it or something.
Yeah. We'll try this again. Oh my.
Is it working?
There you go. I'm gonna try to stop the stream. Maybe that's the reason why. Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know what it was doing. It's just not. My mouse wasn't showing. Okay, there it is. There, I just sent it to you now. Oh my gosh. All right.
Okay, okay, it's all good. Okay, you see my stream now?
Yes, it's. Yep, I see.
Okay. So I want to pay attention to defense part
Okay.
and talking about the power position there. So if you look at this situation, I mentioned when we need to engage, ideally, we want to make sure your team can do a lot of pressure. Yeah, so I mentioned line of sight of your team, but if you look at it right now, okay, so kind of by default, in general, let's kind of pretend the Bastion is not there. Let's pretend the Bastion is somewhere around the point.
Okay.
Where would be the best position for you to hold so your team can do the most pressure from their angles?
The statue.
The statue, yeah, kind of being behind that, yeah,
Yeah,
and
the
then
behind.
what is the point of that? Is that we not tanking what it when your team do really low pressure, but you're tanking when your team do really high pressure. Yeah, that is a common
Hmm.
mistake uh, because you look into maybe shield too much, tank too much when there's really low pressure. You just lose resources for the actual fight when it happens. So see, I mentioned try to invest most of your time in the area where your team have angles. So see, your Ash has this angle here, Moira has this angle there, Kiriko can do this. So it's kind of this area, okay? And
Okay.
your main point is just make sure most of your resources are dedicated to this area. Most of your shield, most of your armor. Yeah, not everything. Yeah, you still can maybe shield this bastion for a little bit. You still can throw 5 strikes. By the way, it's really good if you throw 5 strikes at the, just to get early ult charge. It's always nice. And once the actual pressure happens, then we can be active with most of our resources there. Yeah. So see,
Okay.
this is kind of our position in there. We just tanking too much. Yeah, taking too much damage, which is unnecessary. Yeah, maybe take a little bit. Yeah, 300, 400, you recharge your shield after. But now the actual pressure happens, and we are 200. They didn't even push past the choke. Yeah, so
Right.
this is the tanking part. Yeah, we want to tank what matters. Yeah, and like now they about to push. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you can also comfortably go in because there's low shield too. They're not really pushing as well, which kind of makes zero sense. But yeah, let's say they do, like this key could do. You can maybe 5-strike them, maybe they drop. You can also go on them. Always, once the enemy team they entered your sidelines, you fight. Yeah, kind of ideally. There gonna be exceptions when your team cannot follow up. For example, if you can get solo kill on someone, you can push this person no matter what. Of course, usually, but ideally, in most situations, it's just this. You make sure your team can fight effectively. There's so angles, line of sight, and there's also something what's called like range. For example, if you know the range of your heroes, yeah, at what range they can do damage. For example, Ash, she was kind of up there. She's only effective at the mid range, sort of. Kind of from
Hmm.
here to there. The more is a short range hero, the you also short range hero, and that means your ideas kind of see where all this pressure meets. Maybe you don't have to again overcomplicate. Start with just understanding the angles, line of sight. Yeah, where your team have angles, engage there. You still look for perpendicular pins. You still fight for power positions too. combining in all of this is gonna be the hardest part, but you have to just start with one goal. Make sure you focus on one thing at a time.
Right.
Yeah, so see, like there, yeah, we looking for the spin is good intention. However, we really low on resources. Our shield, we just don't have it. Yeah, if something happens to us, we have low chance to maybe survive the pressure.
Yeah.
Your team still does stuff. This is quite good. Okay, I think the start was really nice. We just want to polish maybe like taking this section of the map a little bit faster. The first point is a little bit tricky. You can actually do this. You can actually go for it. It's just a little bit longer rotation. That's why usually doing something like this is more beneficial.
I can actually go all the way around to the window and try to pin someone too.
You can do that. You can do that.
Okay.
It's just from here, if you want to jump from this high ground to this, if you don't have speed boost, you can only pin, and then after you need to get your pin back and then do this. That's why it's longer rotation. So
Okay.
usually it's kind of go left, pin like this or something. I I usually do this. For example, and this is just the most common rotation too. For non-ranked games, let's say you play in a team environment, doing this is quite. The teams they're doing this quite frequently because you can flip the map and you can clear all of this high ground, and this is an important position to hold. That's why it makes sense to kind of go there, yeah. Because if you go
Right.
hotel, you're not necessarily clearing this, so yeah, there's something to pay attention to. I think we did quite good with the pressure. We've been patient, also looking around more, so this is nice. If you keep this up and can do it consistently, then it should be really good. The only one thing
All
though,
right.
when we are looking around, we were scouting out in the open a lot, so I can notice. You can notice maybe like at the second point. I think it's gonna be. So maybe before that, yeah, kind of before that, I think. Yeah, so
It was right here.
yeah, for example,
Yeah.
here, yeah, we do that scouting. This is good, but you do it out in the open. Yeah, make sure you lean towards the corner. So what kind of corner we can take here?
I would say we could take that left side of the corner over a little bit, right
Mm-hmm.
next to our healers.
You can do
Um,
this. This is your first corner, sure. Yeah,
yeah.
and then
And oh,
maybe you can also
by
do
the
this.
garage.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, by the
exactly. Yeah,
garage.
because you're already here kind of closer, you can do this. Just sit there. By the way, remember I mentioned you want to push when your team have angles. So this
Mhm.
position allows you to kind of wait it out. When the enemy team's engaging a little bit more, then you can go aggressive. Yeah, this is quite nice. And allows you to scout too. So you don't have to waste your resources. Using your shield, like third view is nice too, by the way, for scouting. So it's something like this. Not necessarily have to look around and just check, but you can also press primary fire and secondary fire at the same time and do this for a short period of time. It's like really powerful if you can do it consistently. If you're really fast at it, yeah, and like even in a fight
Mhm.
when I'm fighting, yeah, I need to sustain, I can also scout. But you don't have to do it in the fight right now, I think. Just focus on doing it before your engagement.
Okay.
Okay, and another thing, which can be easy to fix actually too. Do you know how to extend the hammer range?
I've seen it on YouTube videos, but I've never tried it before.
Do you know how to do it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
I
so there's just mechanics, but I think it's good to mention because not oh, it's not that difficult to implement, and with the Rein card, you don't have that much mechanics to work on anyway. So your idea is, let's say I'm trying to hit this bot at this range. I'm I cannot do that. But because your hitbox, it looks like this. So I'm just gonna draw it. It's your entire screen, and your hammer moves left and right like this. Instead of just looking at the robot and swinging like this, what you can do, you can move left and right quick. So you hit this robot with the sides of the screen. So see, I'm gonna do this, and now he took some damage. So see what I did? Left and right real quick. Yeah, like this. And now he's taking damage. He's not okay. So like now, let's say, yeah, this guy's not taking damage. I think at this range, yeah, he's not gonna be taking damage. And then if I do left and right, he's gonna take damage. It's really useful against especially if you're fighting the other Rein cards, just normal duels. I'm just gonna show you this. Yeah, let's say like this is Rein card. I'm fighting normal duel with him. If I combine it with the movement as well, then it can be looking like this sort of. Yeah, so see, I'm really far
Right.
from him, but I can hit him. But if he is not experienced, he will not be able to hit me though. So I'm like, can swing left and right, go back. See how far it is though too. Yeah, it's not like this, but I'm hitting him like this. Yeah, or even like your range is kind of, yeah, it's kind of like this. Yeah, I can be really far. So notice the difference. Yeah, like I'm really far from the Reinhardt actually. Still able to hit them. So this allows you to catch people who are like out of the fight, who are like trying to, you know, escape you, and also unexperienced Reinhardts if you do it properly. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions maybe?
No, actually, for the first time, no. I
Okay.
think I
Okay.
learned a lot today.
Yeah, okay, so this mechanic here, I think for other mechanics, there's nothing else in specific besides just mentioning the pen. You can end up with the just pressing the space bar at the end, so you get a little bit longer rotation. So it's like you kind of jump at the end of your pin. This is kind of can help you to get in the fight faster, but I think for the mechanics part, that's it. Oh, there's one more thing is why. That's why playing around the corners is extremely powerful. Yeah, if I'm starting here, because your animation takes time. Yeah, what I can
Yeah.
do, I can just start my animation behind the corner and then I can peek out. Yeah, so you can kind of minimize your hitbox and at the same time hit the enemy. Yeah, so ideally I want to start my animation behind this cover and then like start hitting somebody once they enter. Yeah, like I can maybe combine it with a fire strike too, so it's a lot of burst, kind of finish the enemy, combine it with like left right swing. But that's another thing. Playing corners, I think that is something we can discuss later. It's gonna be interesting team too. I'm also thinking for the next time. Oh, okay, we can talk about it later. Yeah, we have a few minutes left. Maybe. Do you have any final just questions for the entire lesson about anything you were?
Okay, so yeah, for like the shield, you can like three peek with the shield like behind a wall to see where the team is
Yeah.
right?
Like this. Yeah, you
Okay.
can do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Okay.
Why not? You can. This helps you to also scout the enemy team as well. That's why if I'm hiding, yeah, if I took the proper corner, I don't have to maybe like visually always like do this. I can do this with my shield, look where my team is, but then also scout where the enemy is, and then look for this kind of pins sometimes. Yeah, where it's maybe perpendicular, maybe it's 180, because you do the scouting. It helps a lot. Yeah, which just
Right.
yeah, like I can do this. Yeah, see what's around the corner. The enemy can see me, and then pick out like this. Really powerful. You can abuse that. Really
Okay.
works. What else?
And
Mhm.
I've seen someone, I've seen the enemy Reinhardt. They've done this crazy move. I don't know what it was, but they were behind. I guess they were like scouting behind their team. They had their back turned behind me. They had their back turned, and then they charged. And so I don't know what that was, but it was weird. he had his back turned behind me, and he spinned around real quick and charged me.
Yeah, but I
But
mean, it looks like
it was
this.
like,
So like,
yeah, like
I'm
that.
showing you like this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What he did. That's
You
exactly what
just
he did.
you just have to make sure your camera is pointed there. Then you have to drop your shield, and then once you're looking in this direction where the robots are, then you gonna pin like this instantly.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the thing, because if you have your shield like this and camera like this, and then you're trying
Mm,
to pin, then you're gonna pin in front of you. Yeah, so you gotta
okay.
make sure your camera is moved first, so you drop your shield first. Yeah, like your camera is there, okay. Now you drop the shield, and then instantly, this is gonna be the thing. Yeah, or like I can do the pins like that as well, like on the side. Yeah, I can just scout like this. Yeah, if I want to. You don't want to keep that much of your shield up though. Still, make sure it's not getting poked as much. But yeah, this is
Right.
something you can do. You can do those spins, 180, 90 if you like. That's why it's like powerful. If you run the corner, the enemies, they don't know where you are. If you just drop the shield and then peek around, really good. Yeah, this is like powerful. They don't have
Okay.
enough time to react.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
Anything else?
Uh, no, nothing I can think of.
Okay,
Else.
then we can summarize all this session today. So what have we learned
Okay.
with you? What are you gonna work on so far?
Okay. First things first is to scout
Mhm.
where the team is
Mhm.
always. But before we get to the first checkpoint, the
Mhm.
first choke,
Yep.
always make sure, and then always make sure with the shield, make sure that you're not doing it out in the open. Scouting for your team, make sure that you are uh behind cover or
Yes.
near a corner to scout for the
Yes.
team.
Exactly. Mhm.
And uh second point I learned was to find uh proper areas to pin for perpendicular Rein pins.
Mhm.
So in every area that you win or lose, find flank areas that
Uh huh.
is seeable to most of the map, and then
Mhm.
find those perpendicular Rhine pins. And then uh, another point I learned was find your power positions in every point and in every part of the map. And uh, yeah, that's and always. And another point I learned was to extend your hammer right to left with it as well. So
Yeah. Yeah. So this is gonna be swing left and
oh,
right
left to
real
right.
quick. Yeah,
Okay.
to extend your hammer range. Yeah.
Okay.
This is just
Hmm.
overall nice tip against anybody, like not only against the Reinhardts, just in general. You trying to catch somebody doing this tip, it's quite nice. Okay, so left to right real quick, extend hammer range. What else? So power positions, this is good. Okay, scouting. Yeah, so it's just mainly we this got over this map control. Obviously it's not everything, but at least some fundamentals is quite good. What we can do later, I think if we're still working on the Reinhardt, it's possible to work on baiting cooldowns, how you bait cooldowns effectively, what kind of cooldowns you have to pay attention to on the enemy team. We can also work on corners, understanding how to play around those more, and the tempo. Three things I suggest. Yeah, we're probably not going to be able to work on everything at once, but it is one of the themes. That is something we can start with. What kind of theme you want to work on more, though, potentially, just for the future? Because
Uh,
I think all those are kind of beneficial.
I think yeah, I think what you said is perfect because I
Hmm.
think I need to work in all my aspects. And uh I don't know if this is a problem or not, but I'm a controller player as well.
No, it's not a
So
problem. It's not a
okay.
problem.
I was like and so I've been playing controller ever since I was little, so I just
That's
I
all
think it's
right.
really
That's all
uncomfortable.
right. That's all right. Yeah.